They got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them in their life, you heard? Both of them. Pause though, get off of my dirt. There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Come on, man. Tugging on my shit like that.
I didn't think it'd be a big deal because you make up with every that put hands on you.
Jimmy Jones.
All right, let's break this down because the drama is real. So, 50 Cent, the king of trolling, had to go and stir up the pot, didn't he? After Jim Jones' messy situation with his former Dipset brother, Cameron, 50 just couldn't resist jumping back into the mix and bringing up the infamous Fed rumors. Like, seriously? He dug all the way into the deep end, even bringing up those old Fed tie rumors tied to the Tekashi 6ix9ine trial. And as if that wasn't enough, he went full petty, throwing jabs at Cam's diss track. The audacity. But Jim Jones? Oh, he's not backing down. He's out here showing off his gym gains on Instagram like he's preparing for war. And get this, he's teasing a diss track that could be aimed directly at 50. Fans are absolutely living for every bit of this drama, wondering if it's just another petty back and forth or if things are about to get way more serious. Between the Fed tie accusations and all the Harlem on Harlem shade being thrown, this is definitely shaping up to be one explosive showdown. To get the full picture, this all goes back to December 2024, when 50 and Cam had a conversation on Cam's Talk with Fleeb podcast. They were revisiting their infamous beef from the late 2000s, which, let's face it, has always been chaotic. The real drama popped off in 2007 when 50 pulled the ultimate move, bringing Jim Jones and Juelz Santana on stage at a G-Unit show while Dipset was already dealing with their own internal mess. Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show. I'm like, so I'm sitting there like,
yeah, that was
it's just kind of smoke. Cause I wouldn't have thought about reaching out to Yayo or Lloyd Banks. I'm like, he's going public with this?
I'm like, yo.
What was your thought process behind saying, yo, you know what? Songs. What was how did this work?
Let me say this. Look,
how'd it go?
I was there. I'm in your horse and carriage video. I'm in the pool.
What? Oh, you know what? You told me this.
Your horse and carriage video.
You told me this before.
I was in the pool in the horse and carriage.
Wow, that's crazy.
So if you look like we're on, everybody's there.
Right.
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like in the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. Then you gotta watch and see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh, you really like that. Like, give me that, get me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want you at the show, Jimmy. Yeah, but that was one of those things I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it because it was like he was having a moment that not sure that was going to ever happen again.
Cam actually opened up about that move on his podcast, saying he felt completely disrespected by 50 Stunt, especially since he was working hard to keep Dipset together at the time. Meanwhile, 50 didn't hold back. He flat out admitted he did it just to stir the pot. And honestly, it worked. That move played a big role in the breakup of Dipset. Can you believe 50 even said he wasn't sure if Jim would go for it, but he took the shot anyway? The nerve. But Jim Jones? Oh, he wasn't having any of it when his name got dragged into the mess.
Oh my. Them niggas ain't got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them in their life, you heard? Both of them. Pause though, get off my dirt. Yeah. There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Yo, shit, come on, man. Tugging on my shit like that.
Jim went off on Justin LeBoy's podcast, telling both Cam and 50 to keep his name out of their mouths. And let me tell you, he came with receipts. He completely shut down Cam's claims about trying to hold Dipset together. It was intense.
Think nothing, he could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me. He couldn't tell me nothing. But let's not get this twisted. Like, nobody could tell me nothing. I was my own boss. I did what I did as a soldier, because I was a soldier. You heard? I had the soldiers. Didn't tell me nothing. You heard? I did what I wanted to do. I seen it wasn't going right, so I started doing what Jim Jones needed to do for Jim Jones. Because that was supposed to be the Don wasn't taking care of the capo. Started feeling like the Gotti movie, you heard?
But what was the point where you realized I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do? Because
I mean, it was
definitely the last straw.
There's nothing in my memory like, yo, that was the last straw, but it was just the sequence of the way things was going, and then it came to a point where I had to worry about who Jim Jones was moving forward. Then I was worried about anybody else, because nobody else was worried about me. I got to a point where I became famous too. There was a point where all the famous people know me. Then after that, it was like, I'm just as famous as all the famous people. I can't do what I used to do for you. You heard? Somebody got to do that for me right now, because I'm super lit. You heard? But I put my life on the line for all of you know, and everybody knew that. But wasn't doing the same thing in return.
Jim was asterisk spitting facts asterisk when he laid it all out. He was like, he couldn't pull nothing together, couldn't do nothing with me, couldn't tell me nothing. You could feel the passion in his voice, especially when he started talking about being his own boss, doing what he wanted. When he compared himself to Gotti, I legit got chills.
Cam did with calling the station up over the cop and all that shit. I felt that was childish. That wasn't, like, you don't press no real buttons, and you're not about to come outside when it's time to really get active. So how dare you do some weak shit like that really didn't hold no merit? Like, you start going crazy over Koch, over a white man that been us since we got signed there, and whatever backdoor deals you had with him serves you more advantageous than it served me. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, so when that went on, I was like, that was kind of weak. That was corny, because at that time, there was no real beef. It was just the most powerful groups of individuals that's running New York at the same time. So in my mind, I was like, it's more advantageous for us to try to figure out how us to start to move and do tours and really go crazy and figure out, because that we were sizzling, but this it was on Mars. These wasn't doing regular. It wasn't these doing arenas every night. We doing clubs every night. We got the city and the urban communities on fire and shit like that. In my mind, I see an opportunity for us to really start. You heard? Like, we had all the power and shit like that. My mind ran different and shit like that. So when he did that, I'm like, damn, I f***ed all that up. You heard? And then it was like, now you want to start a beef with these over what though?
Now this is where it gets asterisk really asterisk juicy. Jim spilled the entire tea on how Dipset came together, and trust me, it's wilder than any reality show drama. He revealed how he grew up with Maze and Cam, and they were so close that both of them stayed at his grandmother's house at different points in time. But, as we all know, fame changes people. According to Jim, once Maze blew up with Bad Boy Records, things took a turn. He said Maze completely switched up, and that really broke his heart. Back in the day, Cam was ride or die for Maze, doing whatever it took to support him, even helping him chase his rap dreams. But then money got involved, and well, we all know how that story ends. Money changed everything. Jim says Maze turned on them. But here's the kicker. Despite all that mess, Maze and Cam have since squashed their beef and are making money together with their sports and entertainment talk show. Jim wasn't surprised at all when they became besties again, though. He just shrugged and said, "It is what it is." Now, about that whole situation with Jim joining 50 on stage, Jim stood firm, saying it wasn't about starting beef, it was all about capitalizing on the success of his hit track We Fly High, Ballin'. And get this, he even threw shade at G-Unit's fashion choices while he was at it. He was like, performing in front of thousands in New York was a golden opportunity, and he wasn't about to let anyone take that away from him. But the tea keeps getting hotter. Jim then accused Cam of trying to hold him back and brought up that infamous 2007 argument between Cam and 50 on Angie Martinez's Hot 97 show. Picture this, 50 was promoting his album Curtis *, and Angie was taking call-ins when Cam unexpectedly joins the conversation. Things got so heated that 50 called Car Records a graveyard, and they started arguing over label stats. Cam claimed Coke artists were outselling G-Unit's roster, and it got so wild that Angie had to cut the whole thing off because Cam couldn't stop swearing on air. When Jim reflected on this during his interview with Justin LeBoy, he just called the whole thing childish and said he couldn't even understand why Cam started the drama in the first place. Talk about a mess.
You are not from Harlem. I did not grow up with you. I did not grow up with you. Contrary to what you believe, I did not grow up with you. You are from the Bronx. Did your grandmother live? Did your grandmother live in Harlem? Yes. Did you come see her? Yes. Did I see you time to time? Yes. I did not grow up with you. You talk about dick riding down. That's what it's all. I would have left you alone. I would have left the old shit alone. But listen, dick riding. Do you remember how we met? Pause. Not met. How you got cool with us? This is how this started. I want y'all to go Google Cameron 1995 freestyle.
Was pretending to panic with a 44 Jolly Honey, and now I'm in Gotti money. Just wanna be cool, but couldn't piss in my pocket money. And the stuff I think you do it in order, bucket of water, and cops like a report sweating buckets of water. I got the jacket running wrong. It's like looking for a squad. It's like fraud tonight. You body shit was
Don't make it a habit, G, or I'ma extinguish two in your cabinet.
You was a fan. You begged us. You are a fan. A fan. We didn't grow up with you. I am from 140th and Lenox. I am from NFL. Up the block was 40 Wolves. Lou Simpsons, I'm on 142nd Cross Square. D. Ferg on number 8th Avenue. I don't see you around none of this. Shout out to what's the Final Four Billy and them you started. You're not from none of that. So you can sit around and act like you've been around all this Harlem and everything. You ever see somebody from Harlem try to act like they from Harlem so bad that you got to keep saying, I'm from Harlem? From Harlem, know who's from Harlem. You don't have to keep saying you from Harlem. So that's first and foremost. All this is on your account. You were fanned out and you begged us to come to your house after you heard all these mixtapes. That's how you got in.
Oh honey, that interview set Cam off in a major way. He went on a full rampage on his Asterisk It Is What It Is Asterisk podcast, and trust me, he did not hold back. Cam went all the way in, questioning everything about Jim, his Harlem roots, his leadership in Dipset, and even calling him out as a former fan who used to beg to be around him. But wait, that wasn't even the end of it. Cam started posting clips of Jim admitting that Maze taught him how to rap and threw serious shade at all the claims Jim's been making lately. According to Cam, he wasn't even planning to respond to any of this until Jim accused him of duck riding, and that's when Cam decided to just air everything out. The drama is next level.
I didn't think it'd be a big deal because you make up with every put hands on you. But I see the pattern now. If I read or disagree with you and don't want to take it that route because they got some genuine love for you, you keep going on and on and on. Every that put hands on you or you get to altercation, you cool with them. I see you with C Gutter. Junior Mafia, cool. I see you taking pictures with True Life. It's cool. Man, DC, y'all having sit-downs to work out. Gunshots was let off with that. Y'all having sit-downs to work it out. You tried to chase French Montana out the game. That ain't work out. Y'all got cool. So cool that you go to his video shoot. Pardon me, not his video shoot, his movie. You're sitting in the crowd watching the premiere, and they dissing you in the movie. You in the movie getting dissing. You gotta eat it, just sitting in the crowd. Nah, they dissing you in the movie that you went to go see, bro. You ever wonder how you met Mano? Ask him how you met Mano. Mano gonna downplay because they cool now. He tried to press Mano one day because Mano first came out. He had a little record where he was saying, dissing the rappers. I don't know if he's dissing, he said nigga's name. So Jim Plus see Mano one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Mano said, who the f you talking to? Oh, you think I one of them? You out your motherfucking mind? Now they the lobby boys. Every nigga that do something to put pressure on you, you sit there and work it out, but got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, that's the pattern. If they don't put hands on you, then you can keep going on and on and on. And I ain't promoting none of this. I think it's cool that you cool with everybody I name. You gonna be 50 next year, nigga. Hear me talk about when you ran on me when BMF pulled up? When you ran in the hotel, they chased you to the beach. All them niggas, and lucky, I had my on me and my man JoJo, I ain't gonna say his name, Spanish, you know him. The Spanish don't care about life, who was with me is like, who all these coming? I said, oh, they come this way. And this no disrespect, because Blue's my, Meech my, all that. And Blue Da Vinci just told this story on his platform or whatever platform recently. He got it 89% right. It's a little off, Blue. I'll tell it on Talk with Fleet, my perspective of what happened. But at the end of the day, I don't be out there pumping. They chased you to the beach and you was in the sand. You was getting wet from the water, from the ocean. I don't pump that.
And just when you thought Cam was done? Oh no, honey, he was just getting started.
You talk about when you ran on me when BMF pulled up? When you ran in the hotel, they chased you to the beach. All them niggas, and lucky, I had my on me and my man Jojo, I ain't gonna say his name, Spanish, you know him. The Spanish don't care about life, who was with me is like, who all these coming? I said, oh, they come this way. And this no disrespect, because Blue's my, Meech my, all that. And Blue Da Vinci just told this story on his platform or whatever platform recently. He got it 89% right. It's a little off, Blue. I'll tell it on Talk with Fleet, my perspective of what happened. But at the end of the day, I don't be out there pumping. They chased you to the beach and you was in the sand. You was getting wet from the water, from the ocean. I don't pump that.
Now, this situation got even juicier than anyone could have predicted. Cam came out swinging, firing back with his own set of accusations and completely flipping the script. He wasn't holding anything back. He called out Jim for a bunch of things, especially accusing him of not doing enough to help his friends leave the street life behind. After spilling all that tea, Cam swore he'd never speak on their issues again. But we all know 50 Cent lives for drama, and there was no way he was letting this juicy situation slip away. On January 13th, 50 took to Instagram, posting clips of Cam dragging Jim. And, of course, he added his own little twist to it, writing, Individual 1, oh, honey, that was a direct shot at the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine trial situation. Let me refresh your memory about that whole mess. Back in 2018, Tekashi was hit with federal and conspiracy charges as part of the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods case. He took a plea deal and started singing like a canary against his former gang members in exchange for a reduced sentence. During the trial, prosecutors brought up a wiretapped call allegedly featuring Jim Jones, where they referred to him as Individual 1. In that call, Jim allegedly suggested Tekashi needed to be violated after distancing himself from the gang. Now, Jim wasn't charged, but the internet went wild. Some people started calling him an informant, and this rumor spread like wildfire thanks to a fake news story that went viral. And to 50 Cent, who couldn't resist pouring gasoline on that fire. He reposted the fake story screenshot and cracked jokes, writing, Humosha, so that's why they ain't pull him in. Say it ain't so, Jimmy. Even though 50 quickly deleted the post, it was too late, the internet had already run wild. Then, in 2019, 50 stirred up more drama in the Shade Room's comment section when they shared tweets from a courtroom reporter, stating that 6ix9ine testified Jim was a retired rapper and a 9 Trey member. 50 couldn't help himself, commenting, Jimmy, a retired rapper? YOL. But it didn't stop there. 50 took trolling to the next level with a hilarious video that had fans dying of laughter. In the clip, he pretended to be terrified, literally begging people to keep his location secret while deliberately snitching on himself. He said, I'm afraid for my life. I mean, Jimmy is gang lol. The way he said, I'm so afraid of Jim Jones and Freaky Zeke that I'm hiding out in Texas. Please, whatever you do, don't tell them I'm in San Antonio. Don't tell them I'm staying at the Four Seasons. By 2020, when Tekashi was set for an early release due to COVID-19, 50 cranked up the trolling even more. He called Jim out on Instagram, saying, now, Individual 1, you're going to have to tell everybody how you were on tape in court on the phone, coaching Mel to super duper violate Shorty. But the feds never picked you up because you were doing your job, confidential informant. Naturally, Jim clapped back hard on his own Instagram, absolutely dragging 50 for trying to tarnish his name. He posted a picture of Mel murder and threw some major shade at 50, calling him a rat and accusing him of rooting for rats. Later, on the Angie Martinez show, Jim admitted the rumors initially made him angry, but he eventually calmed down and laughed it off. He pointed out something real, *people don't read the facts, they read the Graham Star. The difference is huge. And Jim knows the media blows things out of proportion. Fast forward to 2025, and 50's back at it with his trolling games. He posted a picture of Jim looking completely left out while Jay-Z, Diddy, Fat Joe, and other big celebs were all together. He captioned it with the pettiest shade, LOL individual one calling the shots out here. I know you working, so please don't say gangster stuff to me. Oh, but wait, it gets better. 50 then posted a clip of Max B casually eating popcorn, clearly enjoying all the chaos. Fans were * dying star. But Jim wasn't about to let 50 have the last word. That same day, Jim fired back hard, accusing 50 of making things up and trying to downplay his taunts. He posted a throwback pic from his Bird Gang era that was dripping in nostalgia, with the caption, "Why you keep on lying? Why you keep on lying? LOL. I'm going back to sleep. Auro's free male matrix. It's reverse now." That was a direct shout out to his close friend, Mel Matrix, who's currently serving a 135-month sentence for heroin charges and was part of that infamous wiretapped call. But Jim wasn't finished, not by a long shot. He's clearly ready to take this beef to the booth, teasing fans with what sounds like a diss track aimed right at 50 Cent. This drama is about to get even * wilder *, and the beef between Jim and 50 isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Jimmy Jones!
So.
And just to remind everyone that Jim's not all talk, he posted this insane video of him absolutely crushing some weighted calisthenics. The message was crystal clear: I'm physically strong, but mentally stronger. They can't do nothing with me. Of course, fans lost their minds in the comments. Some were convinced Jim was gearing up to throw hands with 50, with one fan straight up saying, "Why am I getting ready for 50 Cent?" Another fan practically called it, saying, "I swear I knew Jim was going to post a Jim pic after the interview dropped." But not everyone was here for the drama. One fan tried to be the voice of reason, commenting, "Man, you're too grown to be going back and forth. Champ, pull up on each other and talk it out." All this beefing and fighting corny. Even with the mixed reactions, Jim's Jim Flex had everyone talking, and it's crystal clear, he's not backing down anytime soon. The big question on everyone's mind now is, is Jim about to drop the hottest diss track of 2025 *, or is he planning to handle this beef in a completely different way? This drama is getting messier by the minute, and honey, I am here for every single second of it. Stay tuned, because this beef is far from over, and something tells me it's about to get even * spicier *.